Hey, what's going on, everybody? What up? Welcome back. Let me get my camera right. My camera's a little high, pretty high on my head. Boom, that's better. Welcome back to Building Stuff with Nova. This is the place, y'all. We like to call this your virtual makerspace, your ideation laboratory, your mastermind, place where we hang out together. Shout out to people joining us, not just on our familiar home turf of Twitch, but everybody that's on YouTube today. We see you. We want to know who's with us today. So drop something in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from, because right now I am in my studio, but we're about to go on a virtual field trip. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Nehemiah Mabry, but you can call me Dr. Nee. Sometimes I'm your partner, I'm your study buddy, I'm your friend that just hangs out on the weekend. And on this Friday, I'm going to be somewhat of a quasi tour guide, because we have a special stream for you today. Now, I'm going to bring up my agenda right now and let you know what's going on. And then I'm going to remind you of something that's really cool, very much connected to today's stream. But I'm going to tell you where we are virtually. I'm going to dive in and virtually go to where we all are going to go today here in just a little bit. And we're going to do a field trip, a virtual field trip at Trapology Boston. Yes, it's going to be the place where our engineering themed escape room is currently being built. We're going to take you there. This is the first time, you all, that all of the ideas, all of the plans, some of you may have seen some of the ideation sessions with Mike from Trapology Boston, where we've been putting together how our 4-part engineering escape room is going to take place. And today, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch, you're in for a treat. So I need to know how you all feel. Shout out to Stimulator. A Clockwork is with us today. Future Doctors is here with us today. We got a lot of people here. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We see you. Now, here's the thing. Before I take you there virtually and we go there and I dive in, I think I'm going to do a nice little green screen immersive experience today. I want you to know that our application is live. What application, Dr. Nee? Well, the application for you to apply to be one of our participants, one of our players in this 4-day engineering escape room. Now, I want y'all to know this is a great opportunity. I'm going to shout out to Nova right now, who's going to drop it in the chat on Twitch. And I don't know, I think it's over on Twitch. So you all are on YouTube. You may want to come over on Twitch and check it out. And we'll drop the link to our Twitch channel. But this is an opportunity for you to put your name in a hat and say, hey, Dr. Nee, Nova, I would love to be a part of the small group that you bring out to Boston, Massachusetts at the end of October and be one of the players that helps to solve the engineering challenges involved in this 4-day engineering escape room. So as you can see right now, it's ready to go. We have applications that have already come in and we want to consider your name too. So go ahead and implement or click on the link that's now in the chat and make sure you sign up. If you're on YouTube, why don't you come over on Twitch, hit follow, and then you'll see the application link there in the chat. That's what we want to do right now. Shout out to Building Stuff with Nova. You can see it right now on the screen. I wonder if anybody on YouTube has already applied too. We've done this stream more regularly over on Twitch, and we've been pushing it for a while. But if you're on YouTube and you had the opportunity to apply, I would love to know if you've done so as well. You see the twitch.tv/Nova Building Stuff. That's how you can get there. The Opal guy, Roger, we see you. Ratara, awesome. All right, listen, if you think that's awesome, the fact that you get to participate in it, and the fact that we've designed this together, we've gone through several ideation sessions. Here is why today is even better. Today is even better because we are about to dive in, and I'm about to switch my view here. We're about to dive in, and I'm going to let you know what we're doing today. All right. As you can see right now, there is a nice clouded area. It looks like the back of a warehouse. And excuse me for a second. I'm going to go ahead and green screen myself into this. But let me know if you all could guess. If you could guess where we are right now. All right. I've already told you where we're going, but if you could guess where we are, I'm not going to drop my pin location. We're just going to go there virtually. But I see some blue. I see some green. I see a Clockwork here with us on Twitch. I see a lot of people hanging out on YouTube. And with one click, I will be immersed into our locale and our environment. Let's see if we can get this going. Here we go. And boom. There we go. Green screen over. All right. Here we go. Not Costa Rica. Stimulator. Future Doctor said we about to get kidnapped. Well, virtually, it's a little safer. But I want you all to know that we are going on a trip, not to Haiti, but at the location of Trapology Boston. All right, team, let's go ahead and see what we can do. If we knock on this door, is someone gonna let us in? All right. Who do we have with us, at least to be able to welcome us? Look at the slow rise of the door. Hey, everybody. It is the Trapology team. We have Jason. Give us a wave, Jason. Give us a wave. Give the people a wave. And then Tina. Give Tina a wave. Yes. This is Trapology Boston, everyone. This is other parts of the team. You've met Mike before, but you may not have met Tina. Tina, where are we right now? Where are we?
We're in a super secret location. I can't tell you where. You would have to pay me a lot more money and not tell my boss.
Okay. Well, listen, Jason could probably tell us. Come on, Jason. You got to let us know where we are. Can we drop the location or something?
Absolutely. Hey, we are in sunny Hawaii.
Okay.
And the pineapples are delicious. The surf is great. And definitely check out those poke bowls.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, even though I got a feeling we're not in Hawaii, we're not in Haiti, we're not in Costa Rica, and we're probably somewhere near Boston, we're standing at the entrance of what now? What is this the entrance to?
Yeah, this is unofficially the Trapology Black site where we keep all
here in front of us.
So we got a bunch of frames. Now, I don't know if you know about the space station we did for Nova GBH 2019, I think it was. But this is most of that set. So what we did was we brought it here to see what we might be able to reuse, upcycle, and incorporate into our for a new project here. So anybody who watched that might recognize some of the cases, some of these wall panels, because that was all part of that space station.
So basically, this isn't the first escape room that you all built with Nova. That you saying you did your first one in 2019, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, we did the first one in 2019, and yeah, we're here trying to do this now.
Got it.
But yeah, little insider tip on building escape rooms: we hate white, clean rooms. So when we built a fancy, clean, white space station, trying to keep that clean for a one-day shoot was a nightmare. So we do prefer to build messier, grungier spaces.
Got it. And is that more of a preference thing when you're talking about the white? You're saying we hate white because it's more of like it gets dirty right away, or is it just more of a preference thing?
I think we're sweeping Tina's hair out of that every 90 minutes.
Okay.
The white floors in the wall, everything's just clinging everywhere.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'm going to hear just a little bit more from space station. We have these doors. I really like how they came out, and I'm hoping we get to reuse them.
Jason, was the space station? I'm sorry. Was the space station basically? Was it similar at all to what we're building? And by the way, for people just joining us, we were at Trapology's dark location, black location. They don't want us to know, but we're looking at old parts from the previous escape room. You're basically saying that these are doors that were part of the space station. Is it similar to things that we're going to be doing now? Like, what is the thought process in reusing these? You don't know yet. You're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So the space station was called the Escape Lab.
Okay.
That we did with Nova and GBH, and we had built a story and a project specifically for that. It was an escape room game. For those that don't know, we had built this as an escape room to be played live. And we had a bunch of puzzles that the players had to get through. We had another set of puzzles in the chat and kind of brought the whole thing together. And that is similar to what we're trying to achieve today with this project for Nova and for GBH. So it's along the same guide rails, but completely different story, completely different puzzles. And we're going to see what we can pull out of this.
Nice. And I'm going to ask you about that. We're going to bring up that story here in just a second. But what else we got back in this crevice? This is a lot of salvage parts that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a graveyard. A bit of a graveyard. The reason we brought this stuff back is we love to see what we can see exploring, sort of anything that was used before. You know, we try to reuse it just to minimize our waste a little bit.
And in most escape rooms that you all design, I guess it's a little different for your normal escape rooms. Things stay up and multiple people come.
I get to rebuild with the same pieces.
Got it. Okay, cool. What are those tubes on the ground?
That is going to be flooring for this project. So we've kind of gone for this industrial flooring look. You can kind of see the hash pattern peeking through the paper a little bit. And
is that rubbery? Is that rubbery flooring? Like you said, industrial, meaning that like it doesn't get torn up easily.
So it's supposed to look like the stainless steel sheets on industrial floors, but it is just a very flexible facade.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I see. So this part of this new project, a lot of the pieces behind it are from the old project. And I want to remind the audience, for those who are coming in and out, and shout out to the YouTube audience, by the way. I don't know if you all are seeing this. This is really cool. Definitely looks like a actual industrial floor. We are touring Trapology's location where they are having a lot of different pieces from old and our upcoming escape room that you can apply for. So if you go to our Twitch channel, you'll be able to scroll up in the chat and see the application for the new escape room that they're going to be designing, a 4-part escape room. And Jason and Tina, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I think you want to say, or we want to say, what the title or what the theme of this year's escape room is. It was a space station last time, but this year we're doing what? What is the theme for people who don't know?
Oh, okay, we're gonna reveal it. We are in the year 2999, and we're working with an AI. So there's a lot of fun technical things that are gonna go on, a lot of fun engineering things. But that is kind of the theme, and you might be able to get a picture of it when we come in, and we'll show you what we're working on for walls.
Oh, can't wait. All right. And by the way, and I'm sorry, I missed this question, that Opal guy on YouTube. So we're about to go see the Y3K build, but for the space station build, there was one question that said, what was the most fun part of that particular build? Like the one that you also showed us the old pieces of.
I think the most fun with any build is towards the end of the build, where you see everything actually coming together. The walls are going up, and just everything is actually taking shape. And you can kind of see these drawings come to life. So Mike has been sketching furiously and designing this Y3K project. And I think in a few weeks, when the walls start going up and everything starts getting put in place, that's when it gets really exciting, because you actually see and get to feel what it is that you're creating.
Do you have a favorite what?
Indeed.
For me, it's when it works, and all the beta testing is done. We get to kind of watch how the puzzles go through. So everything is not always the first iteration works. We do a lot of beta testing, and I think that's my favorite part, because we just get to watch people go through it and see how their brains think about our puzzles, and then kind of adjust.
I love it. And we're gonna show some of those sketches in a little bit while, Jason, because I think that's what our chat, shout out to everybody in chat who even helped us design this, is excited to see the ideation to reality part. But I'll pull those images up in just a second. Let me get them. But we're about to head into, I guess, another broad open space.
Yeah, we have another space here. So leaving the space station behind.
Wait.
Oh, actually, yes.
We can't forget this part. This is one of the coolest things that we had in the old space station. It's a chem little hood.
Oh.
So it's the same thing where you would like put your arms in this big glove, and you have to work in here in a safe space. We are going to reuse that. So you'll get to see that again in a much different way.
Got it. So like one of those hoods. I remember we went on another lab tour chat where we saw that in Dr. Light Johnson's lab, being able to work with certain materials and things that are not safe for the hands. So cool. I'm glad we got that, and we're gonna bring that into this project.
Well, everyone looks. All right, coming in here. This is the first set of walls that we have done. So they are a little blue, but just keep in mind that's not the finished color. Actually, Tina, do you have the sample?
Yes.
We can take a look at the sample.
So the blue is not the finished, Jason, you said? That's not the final color we're going for.
So it starts with blue as a base coat, and then it keep treating and treating, and then we get this, we'll end up with this sort of this metallic finish at the end. Battleship gray almost. But it'll look industrial and futuristic, and shiny.
Yeah. Actually, that was probably a good time. I'm going to go ahead and show chat. Let me show you all some of the mood boards. Now, we've already seen this in past streams for those who've hung out with us with Mike, but I want you to see what Trapology is working towards with this. So in terms of this particular idea, as you already know, it was already said by Jason and Tina, this particular escape game is going to take place in the year 2999, which is the future from where we are now. And when we hung out and we've been speaking behind the scenes as well as on the stream, we put together this mood board that shows some of the futuristic views and kind of patterns here. This first sort of mood board had like the teal type of orange with the black and gray. You can see some of the old school. It's just interesting. I almost say that this is like an old school futuristic sort of mood. And then moving into the second mood board, this looks a little bit like what you just saw, and I'm gonna go back to in a second, where you all saw like the blue, but we're gonna make this a little bit more metallic as Jason said, right? And you have like the purple, you have the pink. These are some really, really cool, like, I guess colorways and like moves, as it really suggests like futuristic. And of course, for those who know, we're dealing with this whole idea of like algorithm, AI, and
for the year 2019.
Yeah. Tina, you agree with that?
Yeah, I think just the angles and everything, a lot of people don't take those into account when you build stuff. So you can look at like this piece that we have over here, and things like that, as far as like, is this the top of it? Is that the bottom of it? And just making it look cool and understand what futuristic is. It takes a lot of brains together for us to agree on something, but when it starts to come to life is the part you get it.
One thing we learned about Mike, if you don't already know about him, is he hates right angles.
Say that one time. Who hates what? Who hates what?
Mike hates right angles. So every time we look at rooms, he's always trying to figure out how to take the right angles out of it.
Oh yeah. So what do we? So right now we're looking at this angle thing in front of you. Like what is this here?
Yeah, do you have one of those designs?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull this up again. All right, so everybody can see the mood we're talking about. Shout out to Stimulator 2999 Jackson Reloaded territory for sure. Here is a mock-up, and we're showing them a mock-up right now. It's like a gray mock-up of like some walls, some angles on the wall. Jason, is this the one you're talking about with like the little entranceway, a little?
Yeah, I can't really see it, but no worries. It's basically broken ribs. So they're not going to sit like this. This is just how they were left to dry. But they're going to be upright, and we're going to run a whole bunch of lighting through these holes. And give the room, a real glow coming out of these things. So these are the ribs that will be holding up the wall sections in between. And this fat part is actually the top of it, so it's going to be looming over you a little bit.
And that's what we did on stream yesterday, chat. For those who hung out, some nice woodwork there. It looks pretty even and everything. So shout out to whoever attached of like what Mike has right here. And I can see, I believe these are going to be these parts right here, chat. What else do we have in this room over here, Tina, that we can look at?
So these pieces that we're looking at here, this is just more of the dividers, but these are some of them. You can see that we have cut out some things made already. Because in escape rooms, we like to have secret drawers and cabinets and things like that. So we have a lot of these, and it doesn't look like much right now. But when we start to check in a little bit more, you'll see how these transform. But these here in the mainframe room, it's going to be kind of like the main area that we're hanging out in. And then just some of these other walls here. We haven't gotten the treatments and everything on them yet, so it's cool to just see pretty much a blank slate.
So that's the wall, and I think I got another design, by the way, chat, of the wall because right in those rectangular areas, Tina, there's going to be a few things, right?
Yeah, maybe some cabinets, a hidden drawer, some kind of other tech that we're hiding.
Yeah. So check this out, y'all. I'm gonna pull up another image here. So that was the 3D design. Here's a wall right here that we're gonna see in it, right? And we have like water lock controls. And if you recall, like the first day, chat, we're talking about like structural and mechanical engineering, where we gotta allow a boat to be able to come in, and we gotta move a bridge. And so there's gonna be a lot of different controls. We see a little grid area, some dimensions here on this wall. And then, so if the Boston Celtics come by, it may not be as optimum for the team, but you know, most people.
They have come by. They played a bunch of our games. I think it was
nice.
a funny one when they played the retreat. They were so tall that they used the top of the tent as a working table with all their props and tools. And then our staff had to ask them to bring everything down for them so they could reset the room.
Wow. But that's cool though. At least you all are considerate for the most part. Chat, go ahead and feel free to drop in your questions as we move forward. But you're going to be working on a few things here on the stream, right, Tina?
Yeah, we are going to be playing with a lot of lighting today.
Okay.
And we have really cool things actually that we'll get to see on the screen when they look different. But we actually took these from the GBH storage studio. And we're going to put lighting and stuff in this, and we're going to kind of redesign it to a lot more futuristic. But it's just a kind of cool thing to take from them and you get to reuse it and make it into a little bit more exciting, kind of looking futuristic.
Got you.
What was in the facility?
These here were in the storage facility, and then also a little fun fact. We also got to see, I don't know if you're familiar with Zoom, the old show, but we got to see the huge logos and letters that were there, and it was really fun for some of us. So,
Oh, you're talking about GBH's
yes, we're
story.
the GBH studio.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember Zoom, and we're not talking about the platform for live streaming a meeting. We're talking about the TV show. Come on in Zoom. I remember that. Anybody remember Zoom in the chat? Shout out to Zoom. We got a nice little crossover here happening with some of these things in storage. So I feel that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a responsible thing for GBH to give us the keys to their warehouse, but they did. And there was no good footage of us when we've been in there. So,
Yeah.
but you will see some of the old GBH stuff that we're going to repurpose here as well.
Got it. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, let's as you get set up, I think I have a couple more pictures and sketches I can show some people. Here's another picture, chat, of how sort of a person will look in this engineering mainframe, which is like the home base of how like decisions are going to be made, how the team, as a matter of fact, if you want to be a part of the team, we have a way that we can let you know. But this is kind of like the engineering mainframe. Tina's going to be working on some lights and everything, but you see this picture here on the screen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask Nova to, over on Twitch, drop the link once again in case you want to apply to be one of the players. Now, we have an application where you, chat, people who have already helped us design and ideate in past streams, you can actually say, hey, let me be a part of the group that comes in. And you know what's cool about that, chat? Let me tell you what's really cool about that. You will have sort of like an insight. You'll have a little bit of Easter eggs that you can look for because you were a part of the ideation process. So go ahead and drop the link. Zoom. Nova already got it. It's dropped right in the chat over on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, come on over to Twitch and give us a follow, a follow, and then also apply because we want to see you in this engineering escape room. That's going to have a number of things, including maybe some pulley designs. This is something else that Mike sketched up, showing you all here on the screen. I remember Mike was telling us a little bit about the counterweights and the things that we're going to try to implement. All these things are going to eventually come about. And it's really neat. That's what we're getting to see, y'all. Again, the engineering design process at work, where we asked our questions with Mike. We sort of ideated. You all gave us ideas on different puzzles we can do. We sort of planned. Mike got these sketches out. And what's now happening, as I'm about to go back here to Tina, is she is doing the work of bringing this engineering mainframe, this place that's going to house all of our players that you could be one of, on this day, on these 4 days, she's bringing this to life and about to do it with some lights. As a matter of fact, here's another cool thing that Mike showed us again, of how we're going to bring lights into it. So what color lights are, you got purple lights, red lights. How are we going to put the lights inside of this, Tina?
We have a lot of different color lights. And this is kind of the fun part for Jason and I when we pick with lighting. You know, we get basically what Mike has drawn, and then we try to put it into the actual set to see what's going to look right. So we have different kinds of lights. You know, a lot of people, you can buy these anywhere pretty much. It's just like a fun LED strip light, and they have like the fun backing on them.
Oh yeah.
And they change color. These are fun.
I'm gonna work on
so
something
these
like
are ones
that
that
in my studio too. By the way, we're gonna do something like that next week. So those are cool lights. That's similar to what I'm gonna get.
Some more that are kind of like just like a singular kind of case here. So maybe we want more of just like this effect on things through the acrylic.
Okay.
And then we have some smaller, more like bendable, like rope lights that we can kind of play with, like these. And then we have some more just kind of like pin lights that we like to call these. We can kind of get them really small and concentrated, or like blow them up like that. So we're just going to test to see which ones we like, how they fit in here. If we don't like any of them, we try again and get something new.
Got it. And those tubes over in the corner, like, were they going to be involved with the lights a little bit, or was that something different? Just curious. Those
yeah, those are going to be lit too. We need to do some more treatments on them to kind of help diffuse them. So when you see a light, it's not just like these little holes and like bumps like that. So we're going to do a little more treatment on those, and we need something way bigger than these for that.
Nice. Chat, I'm looking at you all's questions. Feel free to drop anything in. I'm wondering if like power is a challenge, like making sure that all these lights are staying on, are lit, are doing what they're supposed to do. Like, does it get pretty crazy wiring wise behind all those holes?
Yeah, the wiring is going to get a little crazy for this project because we are building or assembling the set here. And then we're going to beta test it. We're going to make sure everything works. And we have to take it all apart, move it to GBH's studio, and reassemble it there and make sure it works exactly the same way. So we have thousands of connectors so that we can watch.
It still happens though, right?
Well, we're like professionals per se, but we can always do something better. But this is gonna be a fun challenge, especially with the whole moving aspect of this.
Got it. So what's the plan
here? And we're just gonna hold some lights under it and see which ones we like more. If they fit kind of the design that we're hoping for, if we need to get different colors. So this is really going to be just, did we make it the way we want it to, or do we have to change things?
Got it. And I think this is cool. Oh no, this is dope that you set up in full scale in a much bigger studio, right, Jason? In a much bigger studio than the space that's there. Yeah.
GBH has been awesome. They've given us Calderwood Studio, which is this giant sound stage with what feels like NASA-sized doors to close the place in, airlock it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We've got an amazing rigging system above for lights and everything. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, being on a real TV studio is a lot nicer than being in a kind of spooky warehouse. But it's really cool to see you'll be able to see this built in here at some point. So. Got it.
And do you do that every time you all design an escape room? You build it, test it, take it apart, and then rebuild it?
Generally, no. Generally, it's the large pieces are built, we bring them in, they're assembled where they're going to live forever.
Okay.
Until we take a sledgehammer to one day, which is always a good stress relieving moment for our team. But, this is the first time for us to build it, fully assemble it offsite, and then dismantle it and fully assemble it.
Add on to the subconsciousness of people watching you online, the building committee hovering over you. But this is pretty cool. Up to this point, we just saw images on paper, but now we actually see paint, we see some wood, we see lights, we see a warehouse, and we don't know where we are. But
I have a question for chat. What color do they think we should test first?
Chat, this is a question for you all. This is a question for chat. What color lights do you think we should test? That's a purple one, that's a red one, and then that's a white one, right? What is that?
Yeah, we have a blue.
Blue. Okay, blue one, and then that's a little white one next to the red one, right? That's white.
Yep.
Blue. Okay, we see some questions.
Blue.
We see people coming in. We see YouTube. We see blue is recommended. Blue. How about blue?
We can start with the blue. So what we're gonna do first is just tape in this piece of acrylic. Acrylic's really cool to work with. It's just this fun little hard kind of plastic feeling material. But the way that light gets to shine through it is fun. So pretty much what we do is we just start here. We're like, all right, well, that's kind of, it's smaller. Can we blow it out so it's a little more diffused? Get the full hole here. Same thing. Do we try to do it so it's like this?
Yeah.
And for me, I look at this and I'm like, I want it better. Like, I want this bigger and brighter. So we can order bigger sizes of these. We can pull it further away. And pretty much what we'll do now is we'll take a picture of them all. So this one I would probably want to wrap around. Yeah, this is when Jason comes in with some tape and helps his.
I think we should use this instead of.
Yeah, we could use some of them.
We could use the other one.
This is engineering.
Very
We're just
good.
like, maybe we should use a different hole.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. And the brightness. All right, so then like, yeah, we can kind of put both hands like this. And how's that look? That looks pretty fun.
That's pretty dope. It reminds me of a stoplight right now because I just see the circle.
It does. All right, so that's how the red looks with that. I think I was more of a fan of the blue. Let's try this light one. It's a little more of a cooler tone. Okay, I think the white looks cool. So this is just kind of the same thing. We're like, does it want to be brighter?
Yeah.
And then other things that we take into consideration are, what are the set lights going to be? So is it going to be pitch black? Or are we going to go just with these? And that just kind of helps us decide.